Hi and welcome. Sandy here from Lolly and Sand, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. Just a minute late here. I was just setting up. I was just putting the final touches on when I had a sneezing fit. So no, not good. So I'm just making sure everything's lined up and pretty. Well, let me fix this too. Over. Almost ready. Say hello if you're there. I'm just getting myself ready to rock and roll. So, say hello. Anyway, I'm coming from beautiful southern Ontario, where it really has been beautiful, which is lovely. And I got to go to my old hometown this weekend, which was also lovely. Last weekend. Last weekend. So, here we are. I'm going to show you what we're using tonight. It is a new product. Hey, Kathy, welcome. And it is called Here Together. Actually, it's called All Together, but Here Together is the name of the stamp set. Here are the dies. So you have these little locked pinky fingers, which is really cute. And then these, I call them lovey-dovey hands. I wasn't sure what else. Oh, how about I move all this down just a tad so you can actually see what I'm doing. That might help. There. Okay, so let's just talk about the stamp set for a second. It is red rubber, so it's nice and cushy. You don't need to see through for these guys. You've got, I promise, love changes everything. Every act of kindness changes the world. We'll get through this together, and you matter to me. I think it's very timely. Very, very timely. As for the dies, well, this takes care of the lovey-dovey hands and the pinky fingers and the little heart. You've got two big dies that, well, I'll tell you what they say because they're backwards. This says here for you, and this one says you matter. And again, one more time, if we're having difficulties this week, hopefully all is good. Hello, Gail, Elsie, Bea, welcome, welcome. We're going to do our best, and if for whatever reason it doesn't work out well, the replay works. Okay, so there's those, and then very quickly, I love black and white paper. I love black and white paper. So let's see if I can. I think I did a quick thing of these. There's always 48. Well, there always seems to be 48 in these 6x6 packs. So I didn't cut these down. They are 6x6. I love black and white paper for a whole bunch of reasons. And one is because it goes with so much. Two, you can color them, which I'll show you on card number 1. And 3, they're just really funky. They're really cool designs. So these are the fronts and the backs. I decided rather than playing flippy with it that we would do it this way. So lots going on here. If you don't like one side, you'll like, oh, that's 2. You'll like the other. Oh, I had one mixed up. There we go. You'll like the other. So I'm using a bunch of DSP. Really awesome. If nothing else, you're going to love this. Now, here are the new neutral Stampin' blends. I have them in a specific order because I'm just using certain ones of them tonight. So they don't have names. They're numbered. So this one starts at 100. So it goes 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is 1,000. So it goes from dark to light. And the neutrals are, I think the original intention was it was going to, so we could make realistic looking skin tones and such, but there's way more than you can do with that. Way more. You can definitely do, hair, you can do skin, but you can do dogs and whatever. We always have all kinds of little animals. We've had donkeys, we have, the otters, cars, bears, whatever, you can do them. And I just want to pick out the ones I need tonight. So for card number 1, I'm going to need 900 and 600. Oh, that's 7 and 600. Card number 2, it's 7 and 800. So if I just get those set aside, I find it really hard to see them. Anyway, they're sold in packs of 2. Okay, I can't tell you which 2. It goes 100 and 200, 300 and 400, and so on, so on. I think right now you can buy all of them all in one fell swoop. I think so. All right, now I took, oh, here's my little cheat note. I took a little bit of liberty and I stamped ahead of time. So this is just basic white paper and I used Memento Black. So make sure I'm doing the right one. So this is the bottom one. So I want 600 and 700, 600 and 900. It's good to have cheat notes. All right, so I'm going to do this quickly because I actually have, I think, 3 cards for you tonight, depending on how much I talk. Now, oh, you know what? Normally, I would be a little bit closer. So what I found using these is don't go over them too many times. You know, you're going to get on, I don't know. I did, I don't know, about 10 different tests. I was just trying out. I was matching colors and putting other colors in. And what I found was best is don't mix them. And you know I love mixing colors. I really do. Now, if, like, I wanted to leave, I always want to leave a little bit of white space because you have to consider that there's light and dark on the fingers. But what you can do is anytime there's any space that there's a line, just go in and darken up like the palm lines and there. And that's really all you need. You don't have to color it. You don't have to color it to death. You just need to lay down some color. If you're not happy, then by all means, go again. But if you're like me, you definitely want to do a bunch of tests. I think that works out best. Okay, so let's get to 2. See if I can stay in the center here. If I happen to miss your comments, I'm not being rude. I will look at them either later tonight or tomorrow. Because we're doing 3 cards and you know I talk way too much, I get distracted really easily. I'm like a little kid, aren't I? Well, considering I take care of a almost 2-year-old, this week it's 3 days. 3 days in the week. Yeah, I get distracted easily. So you can see how I'm just doing, I'm not using the point either. I'm using the side basically, just to get nice, even tones. And and remember one thing too, like right now you can see the lines, they will dry. While we're here, I want to do the next coloring as well. Now these look a lot alike, but you'll see they have their different tones. And you also notice that I'm only using the brush ends on these. I was going to have this beautiful chart made of all the different colors in this collection of blends. Then I thought, well, why don't I just show them to you? Lots and lots of demonstrators right now have got color charts of these. If I have time, I will do one, but it's been crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. A little bit darker under the hand for this one. Okay, the other one. You notice I just use one at a time and put that lid back on. Alrighty, same thing here. You can see this is a really pretty color. I am doing a little bit of outline. I'm just thinking, you know how I love to color with embossing as well, but I didn't for this, so just want to keep the paper moving. And just keep going, just keep going. Everybody will color these just a little bit different. If not, we all color differently. That is a little splotchy for me. It's funny, I don't usually color like this with my arms out. Usually I'm like, have my face right down. But not right now. So I'm just going to make a little darker line. Oh, I went outside the line. Sandy, what are you doing? What are you doing? What happens when you rush? Don't rush. When you color these, take your time. But like, okay, I am going to go over this a second time. I'll just show you how much darker this is going to look. I'm still trying to stay in those same lines and leave a little bit of white space here and there. I think that's just really, really cool. And again, they're going to dry a little bit differently. So, having done that, let's go to, oh look, I've already die cut them. Surprise. You'll find that I've done lots of die cutting. All right, so here's one of our pieces of DSP, and I did say you can color them I have to get my scrap paper. 1 second. All right. I made a colossal mess of it. Colossal mess. So I'm going to take polished pink, and what you want to do, I know that I'm just going to do a circle. So I'm going to stick to this area. Now, one thing you don't want to do is scrape it, and I will show you what happens when you scrape it. Can you see that? I kind of pulled it apart. So don't do what Sandy did. That's a bad thing. What you want to do is, and I wanted it to be kind of ombre, kind of, you know, or not ombre, because ombre would be like color, 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 but just kind of washed. So I'm just pretty well pouncing. Pouncing, pouncing, pouncing. There's going to be dark areas and there's going to be light areas. That is all you have to do, my friends. And then that's going to dry. Because I was not using this as a square, because I was going to die cut it, I wasn't really too terribly concerned with it being blotchy. So die cut. Like I said, I've done like a lot of die cutting for tonight. So here we go. Let's assemble everything. So I cut this with the layering circles. No surprise there. Again, this was polished pink. And we're just going to go ahead. I always say this a bazillion times over. You do not need a lot of glue. Okay, this is Whisper White, not Whisper White, Basic White, and I have cut it to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I think I used a folder that was in the Christmas mini. I was going to use Tasteful Textures, but I didn't. So this one, you can see the design on it. It's always hard to tell on set with such bright lights. But if it's retired, I'm sorry. I am sorry. But you have other folders. So when I'm making cards, come on. When I'm making cards, these are like suggestions, basically. Feel free to case my cards. If you post them somewhere, please give me some kind of shout out. But I have to move that down a little bit. Oh, and over, and over. Did Sandy cut crooked? I don't think so. I would blame the machine before myself. Just kidding. That's going to have to do because I think she's stuck down. Okay. For this is the same DSP, and I forget which side I want. I think I wanted this side. Yeah. So this is 1/2 inch by 4 1/8. Just going to put that down. So yeah, you just use whatever colors make you happy. How's that? Now, as mentioned, this DSP makes me happy. I like the funky designs, and I have to tell you, there's one with black and white stripes, and for sure, the first time I looked at it, it's not quite 4 1/8, and it's not quite straight either. I was so certain that the lines were absolutely straight, but they're not. They're kind of wonky, which made me very happy. You know I like things wonky and different. They don't always have to be the same. I'm just going to put a few dimensionals on. Not a lot. Now you're going to notice with these that while I'm making the cards tonight, I'm not even putting any embellishments on. I'm letting the cards stand on their own. Now, do I want to pop? No, I do not want to pop that up. I'm going to pop up the sentiment, I think. A little bit of glue on the back. The die cutting was pretty simple, obviously. Yep, I'm going to go not quite in the center of that. It's okay to have the hands hanging over that edge a bit. This is from the stamp set, and I heat embossed it in white, and then just made a really rough, fuzzy cut. I'm going to use black dimensionals to pop it up. Each of my cards are quite different, and I have to tell you, if I don't talk too much or get too distracted, I'm going to, should I go here or here? I like it on the hands. I do. Not completely over them, but I like it on the hands. So, really, that was quick. It was simple. That was simple. Ta-da. Card number 1. Card number 2 is extra simple. So you already saw me do the coloring. Now, my die cutting was a little off. My fault. But, oh, I don't think I talked about the base. All 3 bases are exactly the same. 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. And then, I'm pretty sure I did this, but, yep. I always find, like with basic white, it'll stay down, but with the other colors, it won't. This is Poppy Parade. I have inked to myself. This is Poppy Parade, and it is 4 1/4. Does it go side to side? It does. It's 4 1/4 by 1.5 inches, and I embossed it using the checks and dots. Clearly, these are the dots. Alrighty, so let's glue that down. I would say you need enough glue so you can move things around, but not so much. I'm just going to open that. That would be easier. If you have a hard time lining things up like me and they do go side to side, use your desktop. Just a cool little hint right there of something fun. Okay, so this is the DSP, and this is the DSP, and I thought, how cute is that? You know, you got your pinky fingers, so you got your lovey-dovey pinky fingers with your lovey-dovey hands, basically. Cool. So this is die cut using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. This is die cut using the stitched rectangle dies. Something's getting popped up. I'm not sure what. Oh, there's the other side. I thought that was a little busier than I wanted. It's cute, but something about this, I don't know. Does it remind you of like a man's shirt or something? I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So that's what I'm going with. Top and bottom, little bit, little bit. And I'm just going to take a moment and just turn it sideways. And yep, she's lined up. You can tell I don't follow a lot of rules when it comes to this kind of thing. I'm going to pop that. I'm going to pop these up this time. So this one can go flat. And they'll mostly get centered, somewhat centered, if I can center them. I think it looks a little crooked to my eyes. Wouldn't it hurt if I had a haircut and got the hair out of my eyes? That would be a novel idea, wouldn't it? I just can't find a place where I want to get my hair cut. I miss the person that's been cutting my hair for 30 years, but that's in a different town, and it's hard to get there when you're watching a little one. And she works weekends. The person who cuts my hair. And she works in Toronto, and I'm not going there. No, sorry, Bobby. Nothing against Toronto. I'm just not going to drive there. What was the thought of that? Let's see. Hey, Jeanette. No worries. No worries. We're going through cards pretty quick tonight. You can always watch the replay. But stay around now that you're here. I just happened to look up. Alrighty. So we've popped them up, but now we better take the backings off or nothing's going to happen. I'm trying to be really good and put everything into the recycle and the garbage that are right beside me. I just love those hands. I just think that is just, they are just awesome. I don't want them there though. Oddly enough, I am going to center them. I know, how unusual. I am going to center them. And yeah, maybe there. I kind of like that. This covers it. That kind of defeats the purpose of having the lovey-dovey hands. So I'm going to go back to my black dimensionals, and we have the edge pieces. Don't forget to use all the way around. I heard someone say, oh no, now we're done. Pretend these aren't here. And I'm like, no, you're not. You've got you've got a lot still on there. A lot. There we go. Get those over to the side. Okay. So as I've mentioned, I think probably in every video, to bring things together, you want to overlap a little bit. Doesn't have to be the whole thing. So I'm just overlapping this one hand. Card number 2. How easy was that? I think we have time. We do. Alrighty. Card number 3, okay, is really funky. Really, really different. I've gone ahead. I thought I was going to talk forever. So I've gone ahead and done some of the work. So once again, same DSP. So I'm showing you the DSP, so I definitely want to just keep using the same thing over in different pieces, of course. Okay, So with this one, and that looks crooked to my eyes, this is basic white with some glue on the back apparently. And it's the same size as the last two cards. So if you missed that, go back, take a look. DSP, DSP. Again with the layering circles, basic white and basic black. And I already put these on the back. It is a 3-card night. I know, I just took a second to look up, and I have a 4th card that I'm going to show you. I didn't think anybody would like it. And again, this one's a little bit different too. Wait till you see. Okay, so remember I told you about the dies, and it says, here for you. Sorry, I just ripped that off. So I wanted it to say, for you, as if it was a Valentine's card, right? So all I did, I die cut everything. Well, I got smart on the last, there's 2 layers of basic black under here. I got smart on the last 2 and put the paper like to here. Because why cut a word that you're not going to use right now? So again, this is 3 layers thick. So I did 2 in basic black. And then this, believe it or not, came from this paper. See, there's my first one. Here for you. This is the New Horizons. Is that the name of it? I think it is. The New Horizons DSP. And I just thought this was absolutely wild. And that it would go with what I'm doing. I also should go back to this. The reason why I did 3 is it just makes it a little more stable for the card. And because I did not use adhesive sheets, we're going to do that little bit. Not going too crazy here. Doot, 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 doot. Just to get as much to stick as possible. And then of course under my fingernail over here, little bits. I'm really not even squeezing the tube when I'm doing that, or the bottle. I am not squeezing it. Okay, I want that, I think, to be on, yeah, I want that to be on a, I have no samples, by the way. These are them. Talk about flying by the seat of your pants. Okay, I'm going to go back and grab that with this one piece of paper. Oh, there it is. Okay. I really liked this, and I wanted to make, like I said, a Valentine's kind of card. So I took, oh, I forget which blend. Rats. It was a pink one. Gosh, golly darn it. Was it Malamambo maybe? And so first I stamped the hands on here, and then I colored them. So I know it doesn't look like they have like a love disease or something. Not a bad love disease. Doesn't it look like it? So I didn't think of that till after, by the way, when I went, oh, that could be. Now I'm going to move some of these. I thought I was being real smart putting these on too. Oh, I wanted to show you. So this pink part in here is another piece out of this paper. I just randomly cut a chunk out. You can kind of see it there. I also have this on a piece of basic black, so I just used the die and cut it straight out. And I wanted this. Nope, that one has to go too. Somebody got a little slap happy, didn't she? Now that I see how high up I put that, I want this up higher. All right, perfect. Perfect. And so I'm going to first grab a couple glue dots. Yes, this is, again, my take your pick tool we talk about every week that won't stay in the... I don't know what to call this part. It won't stay in this part because I've used it so much and I think I was just too mean to it or something. I don't know. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. If you find, maybe we can go back to that. If you find that when you've done your coloring that you maybe went a little bit more than you wanted, I'm going to show you what you can use. Okay, so I'm going to put these right here. And again, everything's touching. So again, this is a really funky card. And not everybody will like it. I also cut out of the same DSP. You can see the green on the back from the New Horizons. I wasn't sure if I should put these on here or not. Wasn't sure. Because it's pretty busy as it stands, you know. Could go there. They're different. I use different parts of the DSP. So they're all 3 different darknesses. That didn't come out right. Anyway, I kind of like the what do you call that? Where it's kind of Ombre. Oh, there's ombre again tonight. And this didn't fit here, by the way. If it did, I would have put it right there. I might save these for the inside. Did I do? No, I did not do anything with the inside of this card. Never mind. We won't go there. Okay. I will put one on. I don't want to go too much. I may or may not end up putting some embellishments on, but again, I don't know. So, that's card number 3. We are cooking with gas tonight. So let me bring those back in. So they're all pretty different. Quite different. This is, I would have to say, probably your most traditional of the 3. But I'll show you card number... Oh, wait. I was going to show you. If you find... Just a sec. If you find that you just... I don't know, it's too dark or I'm just not liking it. This is the Stampin' Blends Color Lifter. Don't go crazy with it. Don't go... If you go in one spot a whole bunch, it's going to... it's going to wreck your paper, basically. So, you went just a little too dark. What I found... that's how I got it. I was wondering, how did I get those so smooth? I just went over them. And again, I always seem to use this end. This will dry. Now, I'm going to... Here, let me do this worse. Let me do this, like, way worse. Here's what will happen if you go crazy. I think it's good to see this, right? I did stamp back here, by the way. I didn't like it. So if you go nuts so crazy with your color lifter, it will lift the color. Chances are you won't have stamped on the back like me, but you will make a huge mess. So what I did with this one was just go over it once, and you can just almost, maybe, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, you can see that it just lifted a little bit of color. That's all you want. So take her real easy with your color lifter. Okay, bring the cards back in. I'm going to show you card number 4. I made it, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. As soon as I got the collection, I made it. So here it is. This is also the DSP. I did not stamp this, but what I did was I took one of the what are they called? Butterflies and Flowers Decorative Masks, and my blending brushes, and I had to write down the colors because I didn't think I would believe this, that this is what this is. I would love to have you guess what color these are, but then I'll talk too long. Okay, I used Flirty Flamingo and Highland Heather. I kid you not, that is Highland Heather, and you know that's a purple. So just by mixing these two colors together, I kind of got, it's a little bit pinker over here, turns kind of to this color, which I think this is Blushing Bride. I should have written it down. And anyway, it's really funky, different. But I really liked it because to me it just shows unity, and that's what I was looking for. So we'll get through this together. In the background here, I've used that same little piece of time-worn embossed paper here. This is the Hive 3D folder. And I ripped it on purpose. It was too long. I had made a mistake, and I went, I'll fix it. I'll just rip it. A little bit of twine, a little bit of this, heat embossed here. And for the inside, yes, I did the inside. This is the torn off part. It was also a full piece of paper, and that was too much. I didn't want that much. So anyway, I just put it in here as something a little bit different. Anyway, there they are. 4 mostly different cards. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, let's go back to this for 2 seconds. I just posted this afternoon in the group here. If you go to events, I posted a brand new class. I know I don't do a lot of online classes. I have my second retreat coming up, not this Saturday, next Saturday. But this is a class I'm doing by myself, and it is all about the decorative masks, these ones in particular, and the blending brushes. So I can post that link so you can take a look at it in the important links that I'll put in after the video, and just see if the class sounds like something you'd want to do. I hope so, because it's going to be fun. And yeah, I have nothing planned because it's in my head, but I have nothing planned out on paper. That would be like, thinking ahead of time. No, I have really cool stuff in my head. So it's planned, but it isn't. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, we will not be flying by the seat of our pants on that day, by the way, which is March the 19th, by the way. So yeah, I'm going to put all the important links up in the description after the video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your comments. I will read them after. Thank you for sharing my video. Huge, huge help for me. And I will see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Have a safe and wonderful week. Bye-bye.